What's up, Extreme RC Raceway? It is Robbie from Pikes Peak RC Arena Race News around the nation to give you guys the latest and greatest news for what is coming up very, very soon. I want to say by tomorrow, we are looking about a week out from the Autumn Showdown. This past Wednesday, hey, people getting in their practice. They just had a small race and looked like we had a pretty cool small turnout for the Extreme RC Raceway guys out there. And I miss you guys a lot. I'm from the bottom of my heart, I truly miss you guys out there. Over here, they're racing once a month, and it's like every other week, as opposed to over there in South Carolina, it's every week. So, but start from tomorrow, we got a week out from the Autumn Showdown. Going to be right there at Extreme RC Raceway, 9841 US 78, Ladson, South Carolina. It's right across from the fairgrounds. If you guys are familiar where the flea market is, right across the street from there. Cannot miss it. The track is right there. The other day, Rafi and a couple videos have been out there already of pictures of how the layout's going to be. Not the track layout, but as far as where the pits are going to be, where the RVs are going to park, where your trucks with tents are going to park, so on and so forth, and in your regular parking down the main road and stuff like that. All right. Try to keep, please be mindful. People that don't race, people that don't come and watch race, be mindful. You got people coming in that will also shop at the store. The store will be open. All right. And right now, it's pretty much just Tim and Rafi, and I'm sure Rafi will have his family there as well too, and probably a lot of help from the track guys as well too. All right. So again, for those that don't know what's going on, so on and so forth, get with your Extreme RC Raceway track crew. All right, the crew right there. Joe Mandola, Rob P, Chuck, James Thomas, Rafi, Tim. I'm sure I'm missing a couple others. Ian, get with them, please. Get with them to get further notice of what's going on or to secure your spot over there at Extreme RC Raceway. All right. I finished the trophies already. They're already sent all the way over there to you guys. I hope you guys like them. I threw in a couple other additional kind of fun trophies, i.e. best paint job, most improved, #1 marshal, so on and so forth. Those are for you guys. Anybody can get those. Yeah, all right. All the classes will have a TQ winner to include the top 5 finish in the mains. All right. So again, TQ trophy and your top 5 in the races. All right. So again, enter as many as you like. All right. Enter as many as you like. The first entry is $35, while your second is $25. Your third is $15, and it'll go from there. All right. So again, if you guys are racing multiple classes, I know a couple of y'all going to be in at least 3 or 4 classes. I know at least 3 or 4 classes. All right. And speaking of the classes, we got Pro E-Buggy, we got Sport E-Buggy, we got 40 plus E-Buggy, Pro Nitro Buggy, Sport Nitro Buggy, Open Nitro Truggy, E-Truggy, Novice, and I'll touch up a little bit on the Novice, 110 2-wheel drive, and 4-wheel drive. I want to say the Bruggy and your mini Truggies and that and your Buggies as well. Okay. And then you'll have short course truck. All right. So that's probably the biggest thing everybody's trying to push right now is the short course truck. Pretty much all the other classes are pretty much secured, but short course truck, hey, if you plan on doing that, hey, get there at Extreme RC Raceway right there. Sign up for it. That's going to be a big class. And I got a feeling there's going to be a shift sometime in the future where they want a true 8 scale short course truck. And I want to say the closest things would be the Max Slash, the new Sen. I want to say Arma has one, I think it is. So those are the closest thing to an 8 scale. I'm hoping Techno does one. All Techno has to do is do a truggy chassis with buggy arms. That's pretty much it. I already test fitted a body on the chassis, and yeah, all you need is the arms. So probably do one of those. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But other than that, again, those are the classes: Pro E-Buggy, Sport E-Buggy, 40 Plus E-Buggy, Pro Nitro Buggy, Sport Nitro Buggy, Open Nitro Truggy, E-Truggy itself, Novice 110, two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, and short course truck. All right. So when the novice, my novice class is set for those that do not race, have not really raced, or super fresh to the racing scene itself. All right. I don't want to see any of my veteran or seasoned drivers out there. If you've been driving the track for more than a month or 2 months and you're doing pretty well, hey, just go into the sportsman. All right. Leave the novice alone. Leave those to the kids. That's our future right there for them. All right. Again, those dates, and like I said, we're looking about a week away from tomorrow, October 24th, 25th, and 26th. Friday, we'll have open practice all day. And this is for October 24th, all right? So open practice all day long, and then we'll have controlled practice from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Now, within that 3-hour time frame, registration will be open, all right? So if you want to sign up, registration will be open, okay? And then Saturday, registration and practice will start at 8 a.m. all the way up to 10:30 a.m. And then we'll have a driver's meeting at 10:45. We'll probably, we'll do the national anthem, so on and so forth right there. And then the quals will start at 11 a.m. All right. So when those quals start, make sure marshals, please be out there in your spots. That will make everything go through pretty smooth, is getting the marshals out there. And I know you got some back-to-back races, so on and so forth. It's your responsibility, please, to have a marshal go out there or somebody volunteer for you. All right. So if I got a back-to-back race, or if I know my son's coming up on the next race and I got to prep this vehicle, I'll go ahead and prep this vehicle. I'll have him go out there and marshal for me. And when I'm done, I'll go out there and top off the marshaling with him and send him back to the pit so he can get his radio and stuff. But yes, always have a marshal in place for you if you are in a race or cannot marshal, period. And if you cannot marshal, period, due to an injury, all right, or any limitations, get with the race director. All right, get with the race director. Your main race director out there will be Chuck and James Thomas. Get with them, please. Get with them. All right. Sunday on the 26th, we'll go practice at 8 a.m. and the mains will start at 11 a.m. All right. So the mains will start 11 a.m. and they'll go all the way till they finish. Hopefully the weather is good. I know over here in Colorado, the weather's starting to get colder. All right. So I'm already starting to look at joggers or a sweatshirt when I'm out there because the wind is starting to kick up a little bit. I'm not sure how it is right now over at the East Coast. I'm sure your guys' winters over there are like our summers over here. So, yeah, I wish I was over there. All right. But that's pretty much how the schedule is going. All right. So again, be mindful. Be mindful. Leave the front parking spots that are in front of the store directly. Leave those open for customers to come in. All right. Also, you got to make sure we got a fire lane going in and out, which is kind of weird because the fire station's right on the back side of the track. So just be mindful. Okay. Be mindful. All right. In the other open parking spot in between the store and the track, there is absolutely no parking. I want to say probably the only person that'll probably be parking over there will probably be the owner and Chuck, where he normally posts up his vehicle to get the tractor out and stuff like that. Those will probably be your only ones, to include Tim and his truck. So again, be mindful. From what I understand, your tents and tables can stay up overnight in your areas to hold your spots starting on Friday, so it can stay there throughout the whole weekend, making sure you don't lose your spot. All right. I'm not sure how power is going to work. It got to the point where I am so hooked with these things. I ended up buying a generator. So get with your peers, get with the other racers. I'm sure they wouldn't mind sharing generator power with you. I share generator power with Joe Mandola, and I'm super, super grateful for him giving me some power and a table on my trip over there. So, hey, just get with them. There are limited pit spots up against the driver's stand itself. Very limited, but a lot of plugs there. So I'm sure everybody can use the plugs. Just try to be mindful of how much power is going through them. All right. So I'm sure the power situation's already been handled and stuff like that. But if you got a generator, that's a big, big plus. All right. So again, there's going to be a lot. That's going to be a lot of fun out there. That's all I know. That you guys are. It's going to be a great 3 days of racing, practicing, qualifying, and racing. Hey, like I said, I wish I could be out there, but unfortunately, the trip has me on priority. So we'll see. We'll see what goes on. But I will be rooting you guys on. We do have an announcer. The announcer that's been announcing over at Monk's Corner since Donnie's passing. He'll be announcing over at this race. From my understanding, we'll also have food on ground. All right, so gotta see what Carlos is doing for that. I'll let you guys know more as the days get closer. Okay. Also, parts are going to be there. Parts availability is going to be there pretty much 24/7 while the store is open. Okay. Again, mainly catering to the TLR platform and the Techno platform. He does have parts for us. So when it comes up to this race, you guys, that's 3 days of practice, qualing, and mains. Hey, make sure you guys are good on your parts. Make sure you guys have all the wheels and tires, because I got a feeling wheels and tires, they're going to sell out. They're going to sell out. And everybody's going to start scooping up tires. And I tell you right now, Rafi, with those the Himoto tires, he's got limited stock right now. Hey, behooves you to stock up on them. And he does have a good trade-in program going on with those wheels and tires. Also, Horizon, if you guys have not seen already, Horizon has done a big permanent sell on Proline tires. All right, so if you guys have not seen their tires, matter of fact, there is a clearance set of tires right now. I'm not sure which ones they are. I think they're the whole shots or whatever. They are $15.99 for a pair of Truggy tires. So again, look at Horizon. Those are Horizon's new prices from their high-end $38, $37, $39, whatever. They are down to the $25, $20 mark, $15 mark right now. And that'll be their permanent pricing for those, all right? And that's just to stay competitive against J Concepts, aka Promotion, Circuits, so on and so forth. So again, I'm glad Proline went that direction. Again, there are some tips I want to give you guys in preparation for that 3-day event. Always check your bearings. Bearings are your best friend. All right. So I stocked up on bearings mainly for my hubs and my diff carriers. My front, rear, and center diff carriers. I always double check my bearings. Also, the hub carriers themselves, where the axles will go, and always double check your bearings, all right? Because that will cause a lot of unnecessary camber, unnecessary toe that you guys don't want, and I get it. The Techno is very loose in terms of how much play it does have, all right? And it's something I'm not used to in the carpet touring car world. But again, always check your bearings. And when it comes down to bearing maintenance, for those that got the rubber shields and stuff like that, hey, bearing oil goes a long way. And they do have those over there at Extreme RC Raceway. So again, double check on your bearing oils and stuff like that. Lube your bearings, clean your bearings, air out your bearings, so on and so forth. If not, just stock up on some bearings, some shielded bearings. All right. For those that drive nitro, obviously, the clutch bell housing bearings are your #1 enemy. So again, stock up on those bearings. Extreme RC Raceway does have those bearings in stock. Okay. Also, like I said, they do have a plethora of techno parts and low-C parts for those that drive TLRs out there. Not so much of the team associated stuff, the S-Works, the Mugen, so on and so forth, but it behooves of you to get stocked up on what you may need. All right, you may be the greatest driver out there, and we're all great drivers in our mind, but all it takes is that one small clip, or somebody gets tangled up with you and something will break. Always double check your stuff after every single run. Check all your screws. Make sure you don't have any screws protruding from the bottom, because the bottom chassis screws do come back out, as well with your links and stuff. Those do get loose. With technos, the standoffs, number one enemy are your standoffs. So always make sure and double check that they are secured. All right, especially with the right hardware. All right, so again, don't use any of those cheap screws and stuff. Use the screws that are designed and designated for that portion of the vehicle. All right, so again, 3-day event coming up. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are used to this, especially racing 5-day events, so on and so forth. But this is a big one for Extreme RC Raceway, for Rafi and Tim over there. Hey, I miss you guys. James Thomas, Joe, Justin, James Hart, hey, Kyle Potts, all you guys. I miss all you guys out there. Ian, Chuck, hey, I hope you guys well. Also, I'm not sure if they did the Donnie benefit race and stuff like that. I'm sure that got postponed for a different date. I'm sure they're still trying to figure that out. Also, we have one of our I would say our extended family, Rainey out there. I know her brother had passed away. I hope he's resting easy and stuff like that. And I hope that you're out there still supporting the Extreme RC Raceway as you have and stuff like that. Ed Pasquine, I hope to see you guys out there. I think there's a little grudge match. Since I'm speaking of everybody, you got Douglas Blount and you got Anthony Rossi. They got their little friendly battle going on. We'll see what happens. Hey, and I think I want to say they're driving 3 classes together, or is it 2 classes together? 2 or 3 classes. I don't know. I'll figure out something for you guys between you two. Whoever comes out on top. Will it be Rossi? Will it be Blanc? So we'll see. We'll see. All right. Douglas or Anthony, we'll see what goes on with that. All right. Kyle, I hope you didn't break anything else or hurt anything else. So hopefully you're 100% to drive and stuff like that. Like I said, hey, I miss you guys out there. That is so far what I got for you guys. Until next week, I'm going to say I'll put out another video next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, as we get closer to the Extreme RC Raceway Autumn Showdown. Again, you guys have the trophies now. I gave everybody their little goodie bags, and I sent a raffle out there as well. And on top of the raffle that's already been raffled off and stuff, hey, I hope you guys enjoy that stuff. Yeah. Miss you guys. All right. My name is Robbie with the Pikes Peak RC Arena. Race news around the nation. Hey, supporting the Extreme RC Raceway out there. Don't forget the Autumn Showdown 9841 US 78 Ladson, South Carolina, right across from the fairgrounds. Pretty much right. You cannot miss it. You cannot miss the racetrack. We're always out there, and I tell you what, we stop traffic. We stop traffic when we're driving, doing club racing and stuff like that. So it's always cool to see. But I miss you guys. I will see you on the next one. Hopefully one of these days I'll be back out there at South Carolina. You guys take care. Good night.